How's it going, everybody? Ragaroth here. So, I think a lot of us have kind of picked up on the theme of Dragon Ball Z sparking... Dragon Ball Z. I'm still calling them Dragon Ball Z games. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailers, that they all kind of have a certain theme that the characters they're showing off fit. Like, for instance, not counting the initial reveal trailer, there was the Rivals trailer, which was all about Goku and Vegeta and all their forms throughout the years and them fighting each other. Then there was the Power versus Speed trailer, which was focusing on characters that are kind of in that power and speed class. I personally think there might be another kind of class as well, but that's a subject for another time. And then next we were getting the Master and Apprentice trailer, which at the time of recording this, it's supposed to drop tomorrow, which I most likely will be doing a reaction video too. But yeah, it's clear as day that like they're kind of revealing characters with kind of groupings that kind of fit a particular theme. And I figured it'd be fun to kind of predict what some other kind of theme trailers we can get. And I feel like we got time to do it because the game still doesn't have a release date. And I feel like the trailers aren't exactly coming that fast anyway. So I feel like there's not enough time to kind of predict and sort of, this video doesn't age too badly at least. So I figured it'd be a fun thing to do. Now, admittedly, full transparency, some of these themes are basically finding ways to kind of, to help the chances of characters I really want to be in the game to kind of fit that particular theme, and kind of a way for me to kind of huff that copium, as they would say, if they do a theme similar to what I'm predicting. However, there's other characters included as well, some that I want, don't want, or just am kind of neutral towards. Or I couldn't think of themes for all of the remaining cast, especially because you don't know what the whole entire remaining cast is for the most part. I just picked some that I feel like stood out to me and that that at least a good chunk of the roster could be covered with these themed trailers. Before we get started, you can like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and of course don't forget to ring that bell. It would help get my videos out to more people. And also, I'm almost there to 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be great to I just need one more final push, one more, and I'm there. But yeah, let's get started. So for this first trailer, it would be like a sibling or like family kind of themed trailer. Now for the first, I guess, batch of characters, they would show Android 17 and Android 18. Now I do realize we did kind of just get them in the newest Master and Apprentice trailer. But first of all, the gameplay on them was very light. I think it was kind of just 18 maybe doing her ultimate actually for the most part, and them kind of getting wailed on. Also, it would most likely maybe be the Dragon Ball Super versions of these characters as opposed to the Dragon Ball Z versions of them. I'm still under the assumption that I think 17 is going to be separated. I think he just wasn't really properly revealed in that last trailer yet. 18 I'm not sure about. I do think at the very least she will have the Dragon Ball Super outfit, and I think she should. Personally, I don't think she needs to be separated. I don't really think she showed enough kind of crazy new techniques in the Tournament of Power. However, it seems like they're just kind of separating characters whenever they can, and other people prefer it that way, so whatever. Either way, it'll be the Dragon Ball Super versions of them, at least in costume or actual playable characters, showing them fighting. And it would be these versions because I think these are, even though they're brother and sister regardless, they act more like regular humans, for lack of a better term. I don't know. But then the next couple, not exactly the most exciting, because again, we kind of just saw one of them. It would be Adult Gohan. However, now we'd be seeing his Super Saiyan 1, maybe Super Saiyan 2, and maybe Ultimate. At the very least, Super Saiyan 1, because we only saw him fight Videl in the base form. And he would be fighting Goten, so we would see Goten for the first time. Brothers, obviously, kind of practicing, kind of how like they were kind of practicing in the beginning of the Buu saga. And Goten would go Super Saiyan, so they'd be both fighting as Super Saiyans. Okay, so next would be Raditz. I feel like he's definitely one of the first characters you think of when you think of brothers or siblings in Dragon Ball Z. Now, at first, I was like, okay, he could fight early Goku, because they're brothers, and they fought. However, we've already seen a good amount of gameplay of early Goku, so this would be very redundant. This is exactly why I kind of thought maybe it would be like a family trailer, not just a sibling trailer. So then we could see Raditz fighting Bardock. So we would get Bardock revealed too, which I would much prefer. This is a huge Bardock fan. And I feel like this would be kind of a nice nod to the what if of Raditz in Budokai Tenkaichi 2, where I think it ended with him dying and then I think fighting Bardock in the other world. Now, maybe they chose Super Saiyan Bardock here. I'm not sure. I mean, I would love for Super Saiyan Bardock to be in the game. I'm not 100% sure if he'll be in or if it'd be appropriate to have him fight Raditz. But, just throwing that out. At the very least, it would be base form Bardock. Now, basically the entire reason I made this, basically the entire reason I want this trailer to be a thing, we would see Frieza fighting Cooler. Now, Cooler could just be in his final form. I'm kind of expecting if Cooler is in this game, he's just going to be in the final form, which I'm okay with. That's fine with me. Frieza, we have seen a version of his final form in the initial reveal trailer. I'm going to assume it's either I think that was the Dragon Ball Super version that got revealed. So it could be the Dragon Ball Z version of the final form, it could be the 100% final form, it could be Mecha Frieza, or I think the most exciting version would be Golden Frieza, because we haven't seen Golden Frieza yet. Now, I know, obviously, Golden Frieza would stomp this version of Final Form Cooler. However, we literally just had Toppo getting his ass kicked by Jason Birder in the Power vs. Speed trailer, and I'm pretty sure if Toppo sneezed at Jason Birder, he would kill them. So I don't think that really matters for these trailers. And obviously, yes, I would really want this because I think it would kind of, if a trailer like this happened and Cooler wasn't in it, then I would definitely be worried about his chance to be in the game because it would be the perfect opportunity. Now, on the subject of the Frieza race guys and kind of other family members, this could be where they could show King Cold fighting Frieza and Cooler. However, I'm not super confident on King Cold being in the game, which is a bummer because he was one of my mains in Tenkaichi 3. But if he did happen to be in this game, this could be a possible trailer for him as well. I'm personally fine with just Frieza and Cooler duking it out and then revealing another form of Frieza, and of course our boy Cooler. So for the next trailer, this would be focused around characters that use a sword or some form of blade. And now we'd first see the Dragon Ball Super version of Future Trunks. While we've seen him in the game, we've not seen actual gameplay of him yet, and we do know that him and Z Trunks are separated characters. So they could show, I guess, Future Trunks in his base form, Super Saiyan, and I guess maybe even Super Saiyan 2 and or Rage, fighting Goku Black, maybe at least Goku Rose, but he could have the base form as well, and Zamasu, as all three of these characters use some type of blade. Trunks using his sword, and then Goku Black and Zamasu kind of using their kind of energy arm blades, and of course Goku Black using that scythe here and there as well. Destroyed Future version in Dragon Ball Super, the Goku Black arc. And Goku Black is kind of Goku Black and Zamasu are the only really major Dragon Ball Super villains that we haven't been confirmed in some fashion. We haven't seen gameplay of Jiren, well, antagonist, not villain. We haven't seen gameplay of Jiren, but we know he's in the game. So the next up, and the main reason I made this trailer, was they could reveal Deborah fighting Super Janemba. I think this would be a really cool fight, as they're both kind of characters that use swords and are also kind of associated with hell or darkness, evil, things like that. And I'm sure they could have some unique dialogue between each other. I mean, I know we all know Janemba would absolutely stop Deborah, but again, power levels do not matter in these trailers. I think at least I think so, that they don't matter. Ideally, they would be fighting in the Hell stage from Fusion Reborn, but I mean, I'm already worried about Janemba making it in this game. I don't know how likely it is that version of Hell will make it in. If this did happen, though, let's just say it would sharpen my sword, if you catch my drift. Now, there are some other characters I think could be revealed in this trailer. Maybe like Yajirobe, Tapion, King Cold could also fit in this trailer. And Salza, I guess they could have King Cold fighting Salza and maybe like Yajirobe fighting Tapion. But I'm not super confident on any of these characters being in, so like they're definitely big maybes. But they would fit in this trailer, and I do know if it was just those initial 5 I mentioned, this trailer would be a bit lighter on characters, but maybe some trailers will be lighter on characters, and maybe they'll be revealed closer to other trailers for all we know. So this trailer is probably a little bit more on the nose. Basically, all of these fights would take place in the Cell Games arena, but what they could do is they could start off with First Form Cell, and they could have Android 19 fight him. First Form Cell beats him. Have Android 20 fight him. Cell beats him. Then he fights Android 17, the Dragon Ball Z version, and this would be the proper reveal of the Z version of 17. And 17 does, he gets to actually show off his moveset, but he loses. Cell absorbs him, turns into semi-perfect Cell. Then he fights, well, he's got to fight Android 18, of course, and this could show more of her gameplay. He absorbs her, So then he becomes Perfect Cell, and then he fights Android 16. Now, I mean, I know Android 16 more so fought the first forms of Cell more, but just for sake of argument, and, you know, just because 16 kind of had his last stand against, poor 16 had his last stand against Perfect Cell, we'll just say this is where Android 16 will get shown off and show his gameplay off. And of course, Cell whoops him. Then, let's say maybe if Cell does have his super perfect form, there's one more character that comes out to fight him. And this is definitely huge wishful thinking on my part. But Super 17 comes out. And it reveals Super 17 and him and Super Perfect Cell fight. You know, kind of is vague of who's the winner. So we would get 7, technically really 5 new characters shown in this trailer. Now, this would of course be a fantastic trailer for characters like 13, 14,
number 15,
and 21.
But like, I am just unfortunately not that confident that they're making it in the base game. I think Android 21 is a very likely DLC character. I think 13 as well could be one. If I'm worried about Cooler and Janemba, I don't think Android 13 is making it in the base roster. I don't know a single game where he's made it in over some of the other bigger movie villains, but I would love it. And I think if they did put an Android 13 in, he could probably fight, he could actually probably fight Perfect Cell. And then maybe 21 could fight Super Perfect Cell and maybe Super 17 as well. I just figured, you know, I know Super 17 isn't exactly the most likely character, and I know huge bias there because I'm a huge Super 17 fan, but this would be a good trailer to reveal him. And I do know it's like, I mean, look, they revealed Kakunsa before they revealed Ribrianne. They showed off Toppo's gameplay before they showed off Jiren, and they showed off Berger and Jace before like Ginyu and Raccoon. So some of the orders don't exactly make that much sense. So this is kind of another on-the-nose sort of trailer. This could be a trailer showing fusion characters. Forms of Gogeta, maybe just Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue. I don't really think he needs base form. They might give him base form, though, because he did kind of fight a bit in the Broly movie. Fighting like Gotenks in his forms. Kefla could be in there. Since these are tournament power characters, this would actually be a good trailer to show off Annie Laza. Again, I know maybe another sort of out there pick from me, because Annie Laza is a fusion of, like, I think 3 characters? Like the Doctor guy and some robots. I forget, it's been a while. It's another giant shown off. Kefla could be fighting Annie Laza because they're both kind of tournament power-centric. And then I would say we could merge Zamasu in there, probably fighting at least Vegito Blue, maybe like Kefla, because again, you know, Dragon Ball Super theme. But I was also going to say, this would also maybe be a good time to show off Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at the very end of the trailer, be fighting Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. It would be a great kind of reference to the trailer for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta from Dragon Ball FighterZ and their kind of climactic finish, or their dramatic finish as well. I think that would be really cool. Again, definitely on the lesser likely side of this trailer. But let's say if the Super 17 idea happened in Android's trailer, this could very well much happen in the Fusion's trailer. Hell, I would say Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a lot more likely than Super 17 anyway. Okay, so this is definitely another kind of, I know, dumbass with expectations sort of trailer idea. But this trailer could be either the past and future or end and beginning kind of trailer that would feature characters from Dragon Ball and from Dragon Ball GT. The kind of very beginning of the Dragon Ball saga and the very end. And yeah, I know GT's not canon, but I think we all know chronologically if it was canon, it happens after Dragon Ball Super. And end of GT is a very definitive end for the series, whether you like the series or not, or think it's canon or not. So that's kind of just the theme of this trailer. So of course, you know, we'd see Kid Goku fighting, let's say, we'll say King Piccolo, maybe General Tao as well. I think at least Kid Goku and King Piccolo. You know, maybe you could also throw Tambourine in there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't put as many Dragon Ball characters in this. I mean, I don't know how likely they are. I think they're probably even less likely than like GT characters. I admittedly am not not that I don't like the original Dragon Ball. It's not really the characters I'm gunning for, but I do think this would be a really kind of cool way to kind of introduce them and also kind of have all of us that want series that aren't just Z and Super in the game kind of take a big sigh of relief. But yeah, you would show Kid Goku fighting like at least 1 or 2 villains from OG Dragon Ball. Maybe if they have King Piccolo's castle stage from Tenkaichi 3, it could be done there. Then of course we go into GT characters. They could show GT Kid Goku, but let's just say, because we're probably not, I know a lot of us aren't really that confident on GT being in the game, let's just say they have Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's fighting like Baby Vegeta. We'll say Super Baby 2. Okay, if Super 17 is not revealed in an Androids trailer, let's say he's revealed here, and let's say Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is fighting him. If Super 17 is not, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta could be fighting Omega Shenron, since that did happen. Super 17 was shown, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was not shown in the Fusions trailer. They could have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta fighting Super 17, and they could have Omega Shenron fighting Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. There we go. Really all I got for this trailer. I think it would be awesome, but I know it's definitely on the less likely side, and I think this trailer would be probably one of the final trailers that would show. Like, this would be like when the game is not that far from coming out. Now, I think this trailer would be the last trailer shown for the game. Breaking Limit, as I know, is a very, again, these are very conceptual names. If you have a better idea, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, the Breaking the Limits trailer. So this would be basically the reason why we haven't seen, like, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta in the Rivals trailer, because they were saving them for this trailer. So we would see Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Maybe they would show Omen Ultra Instinct as well. I really think we only need Mastered Ultra Instinct. I mean, I've never really cared for Omen Ultra Instinct, but alright, let's just say, for the sake of argument, Omen Ultra Instinct is fighting Base Form Jiren. And then it cuts to Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku fighting Full Power Jiren. And yeah, let's say that this will be when we'll see Jiren gameplay and the reveal of his full power form as well. Then we could see Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta fighting God Form Toppo, because we've only seen Toppo's base form. However, this is a big if. Maybe if they do manage to sneak Ultra Ego Vegeta in this game, they could have Ultra Ego Vegeta fighting God Form Toppo as well. Or maybe both. I mean, it would be kind of cool, because Ultra Ego, I think, if I recall, I haven't read the manga, I'm sorry, I think it does kind of utilize the power of destruction, kind of like God Form Toppo obviously does, so that would be really cool. But again, I think it's much more likely it would be Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta. Like, the Ultra Ego idea is more of a pipe dream, but at least it fits this theme of this trailer. Then, of course, they could show Orange Piccolo fighting maybe Gamma 2, or maybe at least Cell Max. This is where we see Cell Max as well. I think Cell Max would also kind of fit more of the theme of the trailer as well, because even though he's not like the original Cell, I guess he is a new powerful form of Cell. And that's kind of the theme of this trailer, is kind of newer, stronger forms of kind of established characters. And of course, you have Orange Piccolo and Cell Max. You gotta have Mr. Beast Gohan. So this is where we would see Beast Gohan, and I lose my shit. but yeah, this would kind of show all the brand new, strongest forms for kind of some of the established Z fighters, and I guess, the villains. And I think that'd be a really strong note to end on. And I think if superhero characters aren't in the game, I think they were probably the last characters added in the game, and that would be why you would kind of put them in the last trailer, because they're kind of the least completed characters, so they obviously saved them for last. And because it's kind of the newest animated thing of Dragon Ball Super, they'll have been out by the time, or maybe by the time Sparking Zero comes out. Daima might be out, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna let you have your way anymore. So yeah, those are just some ideas I had. I don't know how likely some of them are, again, and like the names are kind of not really, I'm not married to those names. They're just kind of names I kind of came up with that I could see them maybe picking. I know some of them are kind of maybe boring or cheesy sounding names, but it's more so the characters that are in it as opposed to the names of the trailers themselves. But let me know what trailers you're predicting will happen for the game, like what themes they might be using, what characters will be included in those trailers. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Definitely go at it. But of course, as usual, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Definitely consider subscribing if you like this video and some of my others. It would really help the channel out a lot. But thank you so much for checking out this video, and as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.